Peace, love, and light coming on here to bring a message. If you find this message resonates with you, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. I am coming on here to speak on the energies that are behind you. And that can be interpreted in many different ways. And specifically, I'm talking about your protectors. In Haitian Vodun, we say, this is your God. This is the one or ones that protect you. You have many. You have many that protect you. There is a specific energies that's been sent to protect you on this planet. And the more you connect with these energies by balancing out your energy, by assuring that you are in a state of balance, the more you connect with these energies, the more you essentially give them permission to do what it is that they've been sent to do, which is to be your protection, your source of protection. And in regards to these energies, there are many ways that we can connect with them: through breath, through meditation, many different ways, by living a life of harmony and balance, the way in which the kind of nutrition that we take in. I would even say the environment that you live also is connected to your ability to harmonize with this protective spirit that you have. This is important because many of us oftentimes feel as if, we are in a battle by ourselves, that we are in and of ourselves, that our spirit guides are not aware of what's happening. This is also important because this energy sees what you don't. This energy, or these energies, they see what you don't. And it's oftentimes challenging to trust that you do have a source of protection, that you do have sources in the spirit realm that are looking out for you. And believe it or not, even in the physical, oftentimes, we see people and we think that these are just physical beings. Those who know also know that when you see a physical being, a lot of times when this person is living in a state of balance, that you're not just dealing with a physical being, you're dealing with someone who has harmonized and balanced themselves to such where their spiritual self is elevated and they can fulfill their purpose on this planet. And as they're fulfilling their purpose, these individuals who are living in harmony and balance, they are living in harmony and balance, not just in and of themselves. They're living in harmony and balance with the cosmos, with the universe. And what does that mean? That means that we each potentially can become our God selves, or our highest self. That God consciousness is essentially in all of us. And as we activate these energies within, we elevate ourselves to our highest potential. We then also become, if this makes sense or not, a sense of protection for those living also in harmony and balance and fulfilling their divine purpose. Okay, so it's interesting because then that means that, you fulfilling your purpose. And I think if many also understood this ideology, this way of thinking, it would also encourage them to look and fulfill their divine purpose, because they would understand that their purpose is tied to something so much greater than them. And there are people that are very much aware of this. And this is why they have dedicated their life to uplifting themselves. They've dedicated their life journey to becoming their greatest self. And a lot of times, those people who have done this, they are very much recognized by those who have the eyes to see. Like the saying goes, it takes one to know one. And many of you will see that when you encounter someone who has that God-like consciousness, who has done the work, who continues to do the work, who understands that their purpose is part of a greater purpose. Those who understand or understand that their purpose is part of how, we get to balance, we get to be in balance with the cosmos. Those who understand this, they take their spiritual work a lot more seriously. They tend to be the ones that do not complain, because they understand that every single step that they take, every single move it's not just having to do with fulfilling their divine purpose. I think if it was just that, many of us would get, tired and quit. If many of us thought that way, where we thought that uplifting ourselves was just about ourselves, many of us would not continue to do the work. What gives us the strength and fortitude to continue to fight, to continue to do the work, is in knowing that this is part of a much, much, much bigger plan. Like, we are literally, all of us are doing our part to assure that the universe and the cosmos, everything is in balance. And when we understand it in that sense, we don't make excuses for ourselves, because we know that it's so much greater. It's so much greater than, the effort that we think we have. And you'll start noticing as well that, like, once you shift that perspective, once the perspective shifts from that I am tired, or I am fulfilled, I am powerful, and you shift it to we, you see the vibration is different. The vibration is different when you say I versus we. This is still in alignment with knowing that what we're doing is part of a greater purpose. And the we tends to, it's a little bit lighter. It takes so much, I'm thinking it just makes you a lot more motivated to work. So a lot of times when we understand that this is a collective effort, it becomes a lot easier. So going back to that protective spirit that we have walking with us, I believe that the universe has given us that protective spirit, and each of us have that for a reason, because essentially it's to know that you're never alone. Okay, you're never alone in doing anything, that you always have the protection of your spirit guides. Okay, And so when you know this, you move differently. When you're moving with a we perspective as opposed to an I perspective, you move differently. And this is even in the case, especially in the case of relationships, that a lot of times when we move in the we as opposed to the I, we move differently. We tend to be a lot more considerate. We tend to be a lot more conscious. And this is essentially how we connect to that God-like consciousness, is to move in such a way where we know that we are part of a greater purpose. We are part of a greater, you know, action plan that's taking place minute by minute, second by second. And it's beautiful when we think in that sense, because it makes it so much more easier and lighter. And I do believe that, or we do believe that, that is the way it was meant to be, for us to know that we have all the cosmos and the universe working at our side, that we are never, not once, ever alone. And this collective way of thinking is how the universe functions. It's how the cosmos functions. Each planet corresponds and responds to each other. And that is the message. If this message resonates, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace, love, divine.